All right. Do you have any questions for us?
Yes, I do. I do have questions for you. I wanted to find out first of all, uh, what happened to the person in this role. Is this role has it been an old role that someone was working in before,
Okay.
and why did they leave? What is the
Got it.
reason why this role became vacant?
Okay. So for this particular role, I was the director, actually multitasking doing the same role. And at this point, we realized we've actually grown beyond that space. So we need a new person to fully dedicate themselves as a risk register analyst. So it's a new role at this
Okay,
point.
wonderful.
Sure.
If you don't mind, the last question that I have for you is, what do I need to baseline myself on if I'm lucky enough to get this job? What are the things or the quick wins that you expect from me in the first 3 months straight away in this role?
I think it's simple for us. Immediately, we need someone that can keep an accurate inventory of our risk and immediately start reducing our risk exposure, mitigating the applicable risk that are required to be mitigated within the first 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. And our goal for this year is to get it down by 12%. If we can hit that goal, that is a win for us.
Okay,
Any other question?
that's about it. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, let's give it up for Mr. Kenny. All right, let's all right, let's chew Mr. Kenny up a little bit, all right? And as always, Kenny, we don't take things personal here, all right? We just eat each other, try to make us better. So, top on the list, I mean, let's talk about the amazing stuff. You are so clear, you articulate, you're very intellectual kind of person. You are taking your time. But one quick observation is it looks like you were reading, and that's one of the observation people have kind of said.
Okay,
So let me tell you one of the best way I think we can mitigate that quickly. It's number one, in the midst of it, throw in some little body language, kind of just say, so that it looks like you're just chatting, right? So then pause a little bit and ask, do you have any questions? Right? Don't make it too long because many times the first part people just want to see, don't make me be the one to cut in, kind of break it a little bit and say, "Hey, thank you, Bob. Do you have any questions so far?" Kind of make a light of it. Most times they'll say, "Oh no, please go ahead." So it becomes more conversational, make it more natural, right? So pause a little bit and say, hey, "Do you have any questions?" They'll probably say, "Oh no, continue." Then you continue, right? Because you're giving them that break. That okay, one, you're giving yourself a break to even pause. Secondly, you're giving them a break to say, "Okay, let me consume this first part." Then you kind of prepare your mind mentally. Okay, part two. So which is really good. The second thing I wanted to kind of talk about is when you get into your introduction, and this applies to all of us. I know a lot of us have done Scrum Master, we've done different certification and all that stuff. They know you have it. I'm not going to flaunt that at all. Just forget that lie for a second. And because if you open that up in my mind, you're making me think, oh, is he more of a scrum master? Is he more? Just leave that, let that go. Focus on the risk area, focus on your project, focus on the excitement of your project in that space. And honestly, you have a lot of rich content. I love your content. You have a good knowledge base of the topic itself. Now, don't make it overly winded. Don't make it too long. You must make it conversational. Pause a little bit so that people can digest it. Then you can measure if they are feeling you. You can also measure if you feel you need to add more layers to certain areas they're not sure about. So kind of use that as your own guide to pilot the conversation. Okay. Let me see some other good questions. And please, ladies and gentlemen, some of you posted some things. If I ask everything, we are not going to be able to get to the next people. But let me just summarize a few of them. Thank you so much, Yetunde. Thank you, Tommy, Mesh. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Somebody said, if this non-site hiring manager may retire until you stop reading your, I like that. So that's a comment we gave him already. Somebody said he's not communicating. Okay, another thing, good one. Thank you, Vic. Please eye contact. Okay, especially when you want to say any questions, look straight in the camera and just say, just smile. Then another thing, smile a little bit. Try and smile, sir. Please smile, smile. Smile. Let's see. Try it now. Uh-huh.
It's a serious situation.
All right, just smile.
Okay.
I mean, make it. Force the smile. Some of us are not natural smilers. Okay, just force it and make it look okay. Hey, do you have questions?
All
When we
right.
get the offer, we may not smile
No,
to
I get
anybody
your
again.
point.
But
I get your point. Absolutely important. Yeah.
all right, let's make sure we smile. Let's try another one here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for this feedback. Let me see. Let's see another one. Okay, the same thing. This time nice point, but need to summarize. Okay, okay. The first, I think we addressed that. The first introduction, it was amazing. I love it. Prepare an abridged version of it, a summarized version of it, so that it doesn't get too long. Then
Okay.
engage the people and say, hey, you have questions? Make it like you're chatting with them in Starbucks. That's the way I look at it, really.
Okay.
I mean, most leadership role anyway, it's you get your offer in Starbucks, really. You just talk, they ask, hey, director role, VP role, you guys meet in Starbucks, you chat. So it's a chat. Don't, it's not a big deal. You're an experienced person by just chatting. And honestly, remember, don't forget, you are also interviewing there. Some of them are, yeah, I get it. We just want a job, I get it. But honestly, in the scheme of things, we're also interviewing the company, right? So it's not like the chip is on them. It's mutual. So we're interviewing each other. I may not like you either. So somebody said, okay, rambling. I think we addressed that. So we just keep it concise. Let's say another one. Okay, somebody says the posture. Okay, now listen, ladies and gentlemen, let me sneak this in. This is very important. Our world has changed. A lot of things are going to be on camera, on video, and all that stuff, right? I'm into content creation also. I have a studio, I have all that stuff. And it's important, for some of you that, you've seen. So you would notice, and let me just show you guys what I mean. So, for example, if you look at look at my studio right now, right, you can see by design, I made myself in the middle, right? I kind of create space because everything is video now, right? And virtual now. So we have no choice. Play the game, behave like a politician, and just frame yourself. If you can put some light um to showcase you well, do it. If you don't have light, that's okay. If you can use background that'll make it a little bit more relaxed for you, do it. Then your facial expression, and that's what somebody said. So I agree with them because the facial expression just make it casual, relaxed, and relatable. That's play the game because it's going to be video they will use to make a decision now. It's not like any of us is flying to meet people one on one like before. Okay. So it's important we also know how to play with the optics of it. It's important, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, it's very important. Optics are important in communication video now because people just want to see somebody that they feel they can relate with. So I agree with that comment. Somebody said, put a pillow behind you to make your shoulder broader. Okay, why not? That's a smart thing. I like that. That's a good comment, actually. So, yeah, you can't see me, but I have a pillow. Well, I got it on Amazon. Something you can put on your back. So one, it will prevent backache for people that work on the computer, but it will give you like a frame that will not look like you're down.
Slouching. I think you're
Yeah, like
slouching.
sludging, exactly. So if you can do that, and that applies to everybody, please do it. Those are good feedback. I like that. Let's see another one. Let's see another one. I've been asked. Okay. This is another good one. Somebody can ask you this good one. They could ask you, how do you keep yourself informed of the newer trend out there? Always say, you go to conferences. Everybody always say conference. Can we all type conference? Conference. We must always say conference. Conferences. You attend seminars. You follow podcasts on YouTube. You can find one or two. Somebody said Darkness Diaries and Cyberwire. Skillweed has one now. We are doing. You can use anyone. Just say, hey, you follow different conferences. All right, I have one of our mentors, Mama Nene. Okay, Nene said the room is dark, so preferably go to a place that is well lit, and that applies to everybody. Okay. Somebody said I cannot see his face. Yeah. So please make sure we do that. Every one of us, make sure there's light when you are doing these videos. We might think it's not important. Optics matters. Period. Things have changed. The landscape of interview has changed. People make decisions so quick, and they want you to be likable. So just play the game. Now, when you get the offer, you might You might decide to be a jerk. Don't be a jerk, but nobody cares at that point. But make sure we always just do the right thing to get the offer. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And any other question? Let's take the final one. Okay. Conference webinars. Okay. All right. Let's throw it back to you, Kenny. Questions before we release you.
Are you asking me if I have any questions?
Yeah. Just general.
Yeah. Okay. So the bit that I'm concerned about is the one that they said it appeared as if I was reading. Um, I was reading some of the stuff, but not all of them because I
Okay.
wrote, I worked
Ah.
on that. So
Okay.
some of them I crammed. So I just
Okay.
need one word to trigger what I'm going to say. So
Ah.
I looked at my paper to say, okay, this is the word I'm looking for.
Got it.
And then it triggers other things that I wanted to say about it. But
Okay.
I
Got it.
take that on board,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. The nice thing about that, Kenny, those are easy fix. The
Right.
easy fix, in my opinion, is this. Like you said, we just get a sticky, put it somewhere. It will be your talking point, right? Then after each one, just calm, relax, go to the next one, which is great. Like I said, amazing. You are very intellectual. You're someone that I love to listen to, right? But I don't want to make it conversational. Just
Hmm.
pause
Hmm.
and throw it to me back. You have any questions? They say no. Then smile at that point. You have any questions? They'll say no. Okay. Then you move on, right? Somebody said invest in what do you call it? Ring lights. And this goes to everybody. Please, if you have time, if you have the bandwidth, invest in ring light. They are not expensive on Amazon, maybe $20, whatever. Just get a small one for lighting effect. I think it is worthwhile. All right, let's give Kenny his final grade. Mr. Kenny, don't worry, we're not going to tell the kiddos that daddy or mommy got this grade. All right, but we always like to give you our final score. Remember, we don't take it personal. If you get 5 in our Lions, then you are excellent. All right, I'm going to give you 4, Mr. Kenny. Let's give it up for Kenny, okay? Let's give it up for Kenny. All right. And the goal for us is at the end of the day, Kenny, I want you to just take it to another level entirely, break it down, and just go bring the offer. Amazing job, brother. Great job, sir. Thank you for joining us in the Lions Den. We'll bring you back. Somebody else, somebody else threw the four. Okay, we are aligned. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate you,
Thank you,
sir. Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.